welcome back to CSC Overtime Christmas Special. I'm Sophie Barton. I'll be your host. Let's rock and roll around the Christmas tree.
Twas the night before Christmas at the CSC house, and no one was sleeping because of the mouse. The glue traps were placed in the kitchen with care, in hopes that the vermin soon would be there. Now Katie had set out spring-loaded traps, 'cause Kara thought it might be a massive roof rat. And as for the boys, they were all terrified. Evan screamed like a girl, and then he just cried. Hunter and Bobby ran to their beds, pulled up their blankets, and covered their heads. Sophie was stressed for multiple reasons. The inhumane traps and her back, plus COVID season. Laura was livid because the boys had all split. Just like her friend Anna, just up and quit. Blair was outside and she didn't care, most likely because her friend Colton was there. Wanda and Gary were home for the night, talking to grandkids, and all was just right. As for me and the missus, we were already dreaming, and in it I sounded just like Morgan Freeman. When all of a sudden I heard my phone ring. Shawshank was gone, and so was my dream. "This better be good," I said with some heat. It's well after 10 and I was already asleep. "Mr. Craig, this is Kara, and you gotta come quick. We have a big problem and it's making us sick." I flew like a flash, tore out of my drive, my Subaru roaring like a smallish beehive. I got there in no time and dashed up the steps, threw open the door and immediately retched. I puked a full gallon, perhaps even 2. The smell was unyielding, and so was the view. For what to my wondering eyes should appear but a room full of students blowing chunks in the air. "What is that smell?" I said between barfs. "It's the worst thing I've smelled since my granddad's old farts." "Save that for later," Kara said, flying past. "We gotta save Bobby 'cause he's dying real fast." Laura zoomed past yelling, "He's in the kitchen. I'm pretty sure that he's gonna need stitching." I ran to the kitchen and saw in despair that Bobby was bleeding, and he had a rat in his hair. He was down on the ground, his ear caught in a trap, and in that same trap was a massive roof rat. How did this happen, I wanted to hear? How did this trap snap on poor Bobby's ear? Bobby just screamed and rolled over to me. "Please get this thing off, or I'm going to pee." "Hang on just a minute, let me kill the rat first. He's chewing your ear and it's looking worse." The rest of the group had gathered nearby, and I realized the smell was once again nigh. "Seriously, guys, what is that smell? It's got us all sick if you could not tell." It was then we saw Hunter backing away. His face had gone red. He had nothing to say. With Evan behind him, he burst in a rant. "Oh, sadness! Oh, sadness!" Hunter pooped in his pants. It was Sophie who shouted, "We forgot about Bob." "Forget Hunter's poopy. Let's focus our job." Katie exclaimed, "I have a screwdriver, and all of you know, I'm just like MacGyver." Before we could blink, Katie stabbed the rat's gut, and blood squirted out from that screwdriver's cut. Laura passed out, and then so did Blair. I almost did too, 'cause all the blood in Bob's hair. With the roof rat now dead, we freed Bobby's ear, told Hunter to change 'cause he was standing too near. We mopped up the vomit and all of the mess, fixed Bobby's chewed ear, well, more or less. It was time for confessions, so I asked them once more. Why had we found Bobby lying flat on the floor? Nothing but silence, but they all look so filthy. Shame on their faces and looking so guilty. Laura spoke first, but everyone knew it. It was only a dare. No one thought he would do it. With head hanging low, Bobby finally spoke, the words coming out in one sobbing choke. They dared me to do it, to get really near, and touch the mouse trap with the tip of my ear. But how could I know that at just the same time, the roof rat would join me, without reason or rhyme? It landed too heavy, and that's when the trap snapped, catching my ear right next to the rat. So that's the whole tale of the ear and the mouse on the night before Christmas at the CSC house.